What do, Bean Crew? It's your boy Savon Thomas back with another episode of Coffee and Comment. Today we're going to review the movie, The Super Mario Bros.
Bowser is coming. Together, we are going to stop that monster.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
There's a huge universe out there.
Whoa. Welcome back. Again, this is a review of the movie The Super Mario Bros. Just came out in theaters this past week, and it is killing it in the box office right now. Right now, we're drinking water, no coffee today, just keeping it simple, but we'll have these mugs available soon. Working on the order for those currently. This movie was so freaking good. And I want to start off by just saying, Rotten Tomatoes, you are absolute garbage. You guys, I don't understand what the critics are thinking. Like, I feel like they estimated this movie, I don't know, maybe on the same levels. I guess saying like you're always reviewing movies on the same level, but this movie was phenomenal. Like, every single person that loved Mario loved this movie, besides the angry critics of Rotten Tomatoes. So I have beef with Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb, I feel like their critics are a little bit more akin to like my thoughts typically. More typical than Rotten Tomatoes, but it's like, Rotten Tomatoes has a criteria of certain things you need to have in their movie, in the movie to be able to qualify. I'm not going to get into what those things are, but some of you guys know what I mean by that statement. But anyways, so Super Mario Bros. Movie, fantastic. Let's talk about the cast first. The cast in this movie, like, it was perfectly cast. I know a lot of people had a problem with Chris Pratt starring as Mario for a couple of different reasons. One, because of his voice. Like, most people think of Mario as an Italian, obviously Italian plumber.
It's me, Mario.
So they wanted it to sound exactly like the Mario from the video games, and they do a great job of like playing off the accent. I'll get to that more when I get to like the breakdown of the movie. But Chris Pratt was a fantastic Mario. Like, he does a great job as Mario. I mean, I couldn't really tell it was Chris Pratt. Like, you watch the movie and you're like, okay, this is Mario. Then you have Charlie Day, who plays Luigi in the movie as well. And I have a little bit of gripes that I'll talk about as well with what they did with Luigi. Anyways, but Charlie Day plays Luigi. Jack Black plays freaking Bowser. And Jack Black playing Bowser was one of the best choices I've ever seen for an animated film. Like, he encapsulated Bowser so perfectly, but then also, if you know Jack Black, just all of his like funniness and everything he brings to like the stage to the movies, he did a fantastic job. That song Peaches, it's phenomenal. Like,
peaches, 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 peaches. Oh yeah!
I literally was in the movie theater singing that song, and I've listened to that song, and I'm like, peaches, peaches, peaches. It's so good. If you haven't seen the Peaches song, if you've seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't and you don't know the song I'm talking about, just go look at the video, man. I already watched the movie too, but it was, I don't know, Jack Black was phenomenal. Then you have Anya TaylorJoy, I forgot to say her name, but I know her from, obviously, Queen's Gambit, but she's been in a lot of different movies recently. She plays Princess Peach. They made Peach a little bit less of a damsel in distress, which I did enjoy. She's more of like a BA character. She's not just like the person who gets kidnapped by Donkey Kong or gets kidnapped by, I don't know, just whoever. She's always getting kidnapped, Bowser. So she's a little bit more BA in this movie, Princess. And so Anya TaylorJoy, or Joy Taylor, I forgot to say her name. She does a great job of voicing Princess Peach. Then Keegan Michael Key, famous from Key and Peele, also is in this movie. He voices Toad, which you can't really tell that's him. Like, I didn't know that was him until I saw like the cast listing to know that that's actually Keegan Michael Key voicing Toad. Fred Armisen's in there as well. He voices Cranky Kong. Then you also have Sebastian Maniscalco, famous comedian, that voices, I forget the character that he voices as well. But my favorite, like, of the like last people was Donkey Kong, who was voiced by Seth Rogen. I love what they did with that scene in the movie too, with the Kongs. And I'll talk about again. I'll get to the breakdown of the movie, but that was so perfect of that scene with the Kongs in that area. But if you can't tell, I'm already gushing about this movie. Again, the cast was phenomenal, great choice, and then the movie itself. just was a perfect like culmination of everything that you would expect from a Mario movie, right? The biggest thing that they did that I was like, okay, that's very interesting, was they downplayed the accent, because obviously Chris Pratt, I don't think he's Italian. He doesn't have an Italian accent. So they downplayed the accents. You know, they made like a commercial where they have the accents, but then like after the commercial airs, you see them talking normally, and then people are making fun of them because they used like an overly Italian accent in the commercials. So they did like a little bit to be able to like say, hey, that's not the real conversation. Like that's not how they really talk, kind of deal. That was interesting to me. I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. As well as the white gloves. Like everybody always knows Mario and Luigi for their white gloves, and they made that like as a thing. Like they don't really wear white gloves as just for the play. Like that was kind of interesting to me, like how they kind of like switched it a little bit to be like, okay, this is just a gimmick type deal, to basically be good plumbers. So that was interesting to me, but I really enjoyed this movie. They did a great job of like playing into the Italian heritage. I really enjoyed that as well, because they are Italian, so they plays into like the family aspect of things. You see the Mario Brothers' actual family, mom, dad, people eating around a table like an Italian family typically does. You also see more of like them actually being plumbers, which is very interesting, because you don't really like, if you think about Mario, I don't think you know he's a plumber, but it's not like it crosses your mind to be like, yeah, Mario's actually a plumber. Like he's doing all these different things, but like they actually play really well into that Mario and Luigi are plumbers, and then they enter this world where they have to be these heroes, and they, you know, different things like that. Great transition from them being plumbers to then going into the world. Mario and Luigi get split up, and they end up, Luigi gets captured, Mario ends up having to go save his brother, works with Princess Peach to go find the Donkey Kong army, and that journey of like him learning how to fight and obviously gaining his powers, kind of like a little montage, kind of what you'd expect. Like you don't want just Mario to be like just be a person. They had to train him up a little bit. It was a very quick scene. The Princess Peach kind of shows him the ropes of everything. But again, like I said before, my favorite part of this movie was the Donkey Kong scene. And there's all these little Easter eggs inside there as well, like the GameCube ringtone on Mario's cell phone. I mean, I could talk about a whole bunch of different things from the movie that they did. But there's all these little like Nintendo Easter eggs that they have throughout it. That makes it so fun for a person that, you know, for an adult. But this is a kid movie. Like, as much as like people are like talking about this movie, like giving it, you know, critics are giving it ratings, stuff like that. It's like this is a child's movie. Like, it's not a adult movie. No adults are going to enjoy this movie. This is made for kids, right? But the Donkey Kong scene. So they get to the Kong world because they need to use the Kong army to fight against Bowser's army. And just everything with Donkey Kong. I was so excited to see Donkey Kong, what they do. And like I was like, I gotta show Diddy Kong. They show Diddy Kong. They have the freaking song from, I don't know if it's from the early Donkey Kongs. I know it from Donkey Kong 64, the DK song that they played in the background. I literally was like, bro, this is my freaking childhood, because I played more of Donkey Kong, and I beat that game so many freaking times versus Super Mario. I played Super Mario 64 as well, but I played so much Donkey Kong growing up, and so like that scene for me, I was like, bro, this is awesome. The only thing I didn't like was like, they had to include Seth Rogen's laugh. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's Seth Rogen, that's his laugh. But like, I didn't need that. But anyways, Donkey Kong was cool. They have like a scene where it's like, the Donkey Kong, racing cars. You have Mario Kart as well. They have kind of similar to Super Smash Brothers inside, like Donkey Kong fighting Mario. That was interesting as well. But overall, again, good movie. But Bowser stole the show, man. With the whole Peaches song, and it just Jack Black's depiction of Bowser was just fantastic. Literally, if he can win an Oscar, I hope he wins an Oscar for it, because it was just so phenomenal. But overall, good movie. I'm not gonna talk about every single piece of the movie because I don't want to ruin every single thing. But most of you guys have probably seen the movie at this point. It's going to make a lot of money. A lot of people are going to go see it. I'd rewatch it. It was that good. I think for me, here's my only gripe with the movie. Here is my only gripe with this movie. They did Luigi so dirty. Like, they treated Luigi like a player 2 ass nigga.
I'm the nigga that you ain't good enough to be. You ain't nothing but a player 2 ass nigga, Luigi. That's it. That's all you are. That's all you ever gonna be. When you die, that's how niggas gonna remember you. Player fucking 2. I carry this team. You'd be dead in 5 minutes without me.
Like, they just, I'm like, bro, Luigi's my guy. I'm a younger brother. I love Luigi. I don't know why. I've always gravitated towards Luigi. I'm not a player 2 ass guy. I am a leader. But it's just like something about Luigi. I guess because I'm a little brother, like I have an older brother. So like I'm like, okay, older brother's Mario, I'm Luigi type deal. But I'm not player 2. Like I'm not second fiddle. And so like, so for me, I'm like, bro, they did him so dirty. Like he's part of the movie, but he doesn't really have this big parts. I hope he gets some type of like redemption arc or something within the next movie they do, because there's gonna be more. But like they didn't have to do my boy Luigi so dirty. Like he does kind of like help out at the end, but for the most part throughout the movie he's just captured. So he's like he doesn't really do much. He's just waiting for his brother to save him. So I'm like, bro, if anybody to make a damsel, not Luigi. Like that's not how it goes. Luigi's also on the front fighting, getting it done, man. They did my boy dirty. I guess I also like the color green, if you can't tell by the hat. So anyways, great movie. I wish they would have done my boy Luigi a little bit better. I give this, I don't know, I'm between 8.5 and 8.7. I might as well say 8.6 just because. But I think let's go 8.6. I give 8.6 coffee beans out of 10. Love the movie. Go check it out if you haven't already watched it. That's my thoughts and comments for the movie, The Super Mario Brothers. Thanks for tuning in.